think so far, so beginning. But whatever the next step of your life is, you have to say, I'm going to get to the next step. Maybe not 100 steps, you don't know. But the next step, you say, yes, there will be setbacks. Next. So before you do an MBA, before you do your interview, GDPI, this is what I always tell people. Why do you want to do an MBA? Number one reason is money. You make lots of money when you do an MBA compared to other jobs. That's why you do it. That's why it was a big reason why I did it. It's okay. It's okay to want to make money. You're not trying to steal money, right? So let nobody make you feel guilty about wanting to make money. Because you're not saying I want to steal money. You're not saying I want to make money by corruption. You're saying I want to make money by my hard work. And I want to work in a place where they pay me more. I don't see any wrong logic in this. Anybody would want to do that. It's just that some people can and some cannot. If there's an uneducated laborer, poor guy cannot do it. But if he had the chance, I'm sure he will want the same thing. It doesn't mean he's more noble or your call, right? And why do MBA companies pay more? Why? Why do people with MBAs get more money than say graduates or even an engineer sometimes? Why are they paying? Are they stupid? कि चलो भाई अच्छा है इसकी डिग्री है इसको पैसे दे दो. Companies pay money for that. They're not giving prizes, no? What are companies? Yeah, this is a business, right? A company is a business. They are paying you because they get something out of it. मम्मी पापा थोड़ा है कि आपने अच्छे नंबर लाए लो आपको ज्यादा पैसे मिले. No, they pay you more because they expect you to do more. What is that doing more? That doing more is an MBA typically has higher responsibility. What he handles, there is more scope of going wrong or going right. More, either the company will make more money or lose more money at an MBA level decision making. Correct? I read somewhere once, the hardest thing in life. What is the hardest thing to do in life for human beings? Decisions. Yes. The hardest thing in life is to make decisions. Of course, it's very hard to lift 50 kilos. But a coolie doesn't get paid so much at a railway station. But a decision maker gets paid a lot. And the highest paid people are CEOs or people who run their businesses. And they're making the biggest decisions. That means what? Good decision making is a rare skill. Some decision making is easy when the calculations are very clear. This is hot, this is cold, you can tell. But when there are pros and cons of choices, इसको करेंगे तो ये फायदा है ये नुकसान है इसको करेंगे तो ये फायदा है ये नुकसान है अब कौन सा करना है? That decision making is very hard. Everybody thinks they can make decisions. हाँ हम कर लेंगे. It's not easy to make decisions in life. And that's why people who make good decisions get paid a lot. So that you have to think. You have to start thinking like that. ये नहीं कि इसमें इतना पैकेज है उसमें इतना पैकेज है क्यों है? And that's where it comes in. So once you've got this money thing out of the way, then start coming to the reason why you want to do an MBA. Agar if money was the same, then what is one reason for doing an MBA which is not money related? And that has to be genuine reason from the beginning. Right? If you don't have that reason, you will not be able to do the interview nicely. Because ultimately आप पैसे के लिए जा रहे हो और आपके पास कुछ और कहने को है नहीं. क्यों करना है? रट्टा लगाओगे इधर से उधर से. पर क्यों कर रहे हो? Be honest. There must be some other non-monetary reason. Right? पैसा तो आप गुड़ की दुकान लगा के भी शायद बना सकते हो. Why you want to do an MBA? Because you want to add something to your personality. Maybe you want to add some skills. Maybe you want to learn how to make decisions. Maybe you want to learn how to sell. Maybe you want to be part of a global organization. Something that looks at excellence. Why do people want to join a place like Citibank? It's because it's a global organization. There is no कि हमारे इंडिया स्टैंडर्ड के लिए ठीक है वर्ल्ड स्टैंडर्ड के लिए ठीक नहीं है. If you work in Citibank, you have to work to the world standard. You expect, if you go into the Citibank branch, you expect it to be like any other bank in the world. ये नहीं कि सरकारी काम हो रहा है, SBI वाली बात नहीं आएगी, right? Nothing against SBI, and SBI has also changed a lot. So sorry if any of your parents work in SBI. But the point is that there is a certain global standard, and we all as young people want to be in that organization. कि भाई, I'll also learn world class excellence. Is an opportunity to do that. These are some examples I'm giving you of reasons that could be, and this reason has to come from you only. Why do you want to do an MBA? ऐसा छोड़ दो. This is the fundamental reason which will dictate a lot of your interview answers. So make sure you spend the time by yourself, with your friends, with your parents to answer this question. Okay? Next. So these are the 3 hurdles. Nice little hurdle races. So you can see many of you cleared the first. How many cleared the first right now? Right? Only have some calls, right? Okay. And then you have the group discussion and interview, and I know some places they don't have a group discussion now. Some places they have an essay. But we'll stick to group discussion and interview here. I'll talk about the written test very quickly because I know that's not the focus here. So next. English, text prep is basically English and math and data analysis. So English is you have to learn how to read, which a lot of you know. But reading is not the same as understanding. Okay? You read something but you don't understand it. पढ़ लिया सर हमने, कुछ था ऐसे, हाँ कुछ हुआ है वो, हाँ कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में क्या हुआ है, कुछ है कलमाड़ी वगैरह, हाँ कुछ तो वो पैसे खा लिए ना उन्होंने, हाँ क्या हुआ, कौन इन्वॉल्व है, क्या है, कुछ है CBI वगैरह. That's you have read. चलो, better than not reading, better than saying क्या कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स क्या, but then next step is understanding. These games happened in October. OC chairman was Mr. Kalmadi. There was huge irregularities. This irregularities led, and there were also delays, and there were also bad, planning, as well as a lot of corruption. And then the, CAG was appointed, but the fact is that nothing has been done yet, and these issues are remaining, and this has become a big issue in Parliament. The Parliament was stalled. After that, there was a telecom scam, there was a other society scam, So this is then a little bit you're beginning to understand what's going on. There's a difference in the candidate who has read and understand. And in 2 minutes you were able to figure out. Right? Actually this applies to interviews also. But in written, especially, they are looking for understanding. So how do you check for understanding? Can you summarize? I always tell people, जब आप कुछ पढ़ते हो, a proof that you have understood it means can you summarize? Can you summarize it in 4 lines? Can you summarize it in a way that you can explain to your driver कि क्या हो रहा है? जो भी न्यूज़ स्टोरी है, क्या हुआ? आज कुछ बरेली का आया है. So what has happened? And can you give an opinion on it? That's the next level. क्या आपको समझ तो आया कि हाँ ये हुआ भाई बरेली में? How many know the Bareilly news? Maybe you didn't have time to see it in the morning, but this train, unfortunately, these people were coming from a job interview and a police job. Yeah, which is the Tibetan border police, right? So they are there to protect the country, but they started rioting. It's funny, and it's like then there was a huge riot. These people sat on the roof of the train because there was not enough place and got electrocuted, whatever. I mean, really unfortunate. So at least you can summarize, okay? I'm not talking about the news itself, I'm just using it as an example. But the next is to opine. Means what is your opinion on the news? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Tell me.
Because the students are protesting for the seats and they got a...
But why did this happen? Anywhere in the world it doesn't happen that people sit on the train and they die. And what is the fundamental problem?
Problem of mismanagement of government only. They are just not ensuring they are not following the rules and regulations and how to board the train or the...
Yeah, something somewhere. Yeah. So that's one opinion. That's good. So at least he has an opinion. Okay. Someone could say there's too much unemployment in the country, right? For these little police jobs, lakhs of people are coming. What is this shortlisting process? If I have 5 seats, and I somehow advertise that 1 lakh people show up at my door, you just can't manage them, right? How was this done? Maybe a written test should have been done, or I don't know, right? So then you can't become at a level where you're giving opinions. And that means you can discuss this, right? Whether in a GD, whether in an interview. So these are the various levels at which your English goes. People always say, I know English, I can read it, but can you summarize? Can you understand? Can you give an opinion? Can you discuss? These are the various levels you have to move to. And again, see, the more you move to the opinion and discussion, that means you will be able to make decisions. Right? All these steps are necessary, before you make decisions in life. If I am going to make you in charge of the exams next year, you better understand what happened. You better be able to have an opinion on how you think it should be. And that's what they're looking for. Really. They're not just looking for how many this and how many that. They're looking for, of course, some intelligence. And after that, they're looking for whether this person in an interview comes across as a person who can make some decisions. Editorial pages of the newspaper often have opinions. So you must read them and follow these steps, not just read them. That's why I say, when I say read, it means all these things. Otherwise, just reading is useless. And you can use the internet. You can say, Varanasi mein sir kuch aata nahi hai, but internet is everywhere. So today you can read the New York Times in Varanasi. So there is absolutely, and you have to make English part of your life. Not just prepare for exam. It's not one of those things. It's a language. You have to use it a lot. Watch English movies, read books, talk to people. You have to say that this is going to be part of my life. It's a skill today. English is not just language. It's like a skill. Like you need to know maths. You can't say कि हम हिंदी हैं तो हम maths नहीं सीखेंगे. You say things like that. No. English has become like that. It's not another language anymore. Okay? Next. Maths is first principles. A lot of people, have not paid attention in class 7, 8, 9, they were playing. And they don't understand how the basics of maths work. And then they jump into the problems and they're really ashamed to go back to class 7 books, class 8 books. But that's what you need to do. This is again for test preparers early on in your preparation. Make sure your basic principles, your permutations, your combinations, your probability, the basic first few chapters are very clear to you. There is no point jumping into the mock test problems and then you learn how to solve them. But जब तक बेसिक ही आपका ठीक नहीं है तो आप वो आगे का रट्टा लगा रहे हो या जो भी सोच रहे हो कि ये वाली उस टाइप की प्रॉब्लम है ऐसे करने की बात नहीं बनेगी. You have to know the concept, and often I find people don't go back. Then the problems come later. You have to understand the topic first. Next. Data analysis, there are charts everywhere. You have to get into the habit of looking things in terms of data. I showed you charts about Punjabi girls and nonsense. That's data analysis, right? It's everywhere. Whether it's the weather, whether it's stock market, whether it's the family members, or whether it's whatever it is, you can make a chart. And you have to see if you had to make a chart, how would you make it? Some newspapers have lots of charts, of course, like Mint and Economic Times. So there are interesting data books are available. So it's an interesting one, That's why it shows that some interesting things about size of cities or population, something which you can relate to. Will get you more familiar with data. So these are the written books. Okay. So now we come to the GD stuff, right? So this is in the. I'm not going to say a lot, and I'm going to leave time for questions, of course. But it's a very small window of opportunity, right? 15 minutes, 10 people. It's a bit like the Big Boss house, right? You have to eliminate people and come on top. But at the same time, you can't be a total jerk because then, you'll be voted out first. So it is like a 15-minute Big Boss instead of 50 days. And it's very difficult, right? But the good thing is, you need only a small window of opportunity within those 15 minutes to show that you're good. And that, of course, comes from those, whatever is being talked about. Have you understood? Have you been able to summarize? Do you have an opinion on it? Of course. Those have to be very important. So whatever your topic, you must have a right opinion on it. and that's very important. Also, then you have to understand human nature, and I would say no need to be the first one to start. Because the first guy who starts is going to get attacked. Because that's what everybody is waiting for. So why you want to be the first guy? No matter how good a point you make, people like. I mean, it's not like the whole group is going to say that's perfect, let's stop discussing this. No, they're going to say, but, and, so why? Take it easy. Plus, you'll get some more time to think. When others are talking away, you have some more time. Next, there will be pauses. Sometimes there are no pauses. Sometimes you will be screaming, right? Then you have to get in it somehow. But every now and then, once the first 3 minutes are over, 4 minutes over, that huge nervous energy that everybody has is going to, you'll see a plateau. That's kind of like the right time to come in. The other tip I give to people is to structure what you're going to say. And say, I have 3 points to make about this. So, yesterday was a censorship. So, I have 3 points to make. The effect on kids, should the censorship standards keep changing? And third, whatever. Now, the beauty of saying I have 3 points is that automatically all the others say, Acha, sunte hain point kya? Right? If instead of say, but what about the kids? People will just start attacking. What will happen in 3 points is you'll say your first point, you'll say your second point, but the third point people will start attacking you. Right? But you got 2 points in, right? So that's the thing. It's human nature. The moment I tell you, I'm going to tell you 3 things now. 1, 2. 1, 2, you'll listen. And then by the time the third, you'll be like, okay, no. He said what he wanted. So that is another useful tip to kind of just get yourself in there, right? Also, people always keep opposing in GPs. Now, don't give false praise. You don't have to say that's a very good point, like, unless it's really good. Otherwise, if it's fake, it will show. But even if you say things like you said, that's appreciation only. Because you are saying like you said. You are, like you said, this is an issue, and I also feel this. So, you have shown that you're a little bit of a team player. You've even made that guy feel happy. Like you said, and he's not going to oppose you. वो बिग बॉस में वो आपकी टीम में होगा. तो 2-3 लोगों को आपने लाइक यू सेट कह दिया, वो तो आपके साथ हो गए. Then it's not so much time. So the first thing is, first few minutes is the topic. Content क्या है आपका? क्या बोलने वाले हैं आप? उसके बाद it's human behavior. इसको कैसे हैंडल करना है, क्या करना है, and it comes with practice, it comes with time. This is still a nice small group I'm giving a talk in, like a lovely hotel and everything. It's very nice and you guys are all very well behaved. But I've given talks in places where people are super hostile. It could be on a very difficult topic, where I have to deliver something to them which they don't want to hear. Thousands of people somebody saying something to me. You have to learn how to handle it. Have you seen Barkha Dutt in We the People? That's a live show. I've been on that show. It's broadcast live. She's alone in this room and she has 10 people debating an issue. So that means some are for, some are against. And there is the whole audience also which gives their views. On Sunday it comes 8 o'clock. She handles it. And it's going live on air. कोई कुछ भी बोल सकता है वहाँ पे. खड़े होके गालियाँ देने लग सकता है. कोई कुछ हो सकता है. But she's able to handle it. She knows where the mood is going, what is right. How is she doing it? She has very strong knowledge about the subject. She has only set the topic. So she does her full research. If it's on Kashmir, she'll know better than everybody else there. So anyway, she knows कि कौन सही बोल रहा है, कौन गलत बोल रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. Second, she then spends the time understanding human behavior. कौन गरम हो रहा है, कौन ठंडा बोल रहा है, किसको मौका नहीं मिला बोलने का, कौन ज़्यादा बोल गया. So then she just manages that. So that's also a very important skill if you think about it in companies, to understand people, any topic. So that's then, like I said, one good point. And that good point is your content. 1 or 2 is better than 10 average points. Always. One thing is memory. practice out of my talk, maybe one or two things that will stay with you after this talk. And that's what all I need to do to make a good talk, right? Then you will go back and say, yeah, Chetan gave a good talk. But I say 50 average things, baat hi nahi. But those one or two things really have to hit home. So you say, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about and get that. Right? The quality, the one quality that's required in GD is assertiveness. So you can look up whatever the assertiveness, being firm, being strong. So it's a mixture of aggressiveness and politeness. You know? If you're not aggressive, it's very difficult to win a GD. But if you're not polite also, you can't. Aggressive doesn't mean rude. Aggressive means मेरे को बताना है. This is what I feel, this is where I am. But I'm saying very polite. I respect my human beings here. I respect my team here. Imagine this is your team. You know, whatever, however hostile they are, however mean they are, however immature they are. Imagine they are like your cricket team. You are Team India and you're with this team. So this is your team now. जितना भी आप लोग कह रहे हैं. But you have to make your point. You have to say that this is how I feel. Right? That's it. So structure and then speak, I told you about. Now we come to interview. You know, this is not just for MBA interview. This is for any interview, even a job interview. It's there. It's always nice to be multi-skilled these days. MBA is anyway a very general program. Multi-skills allow you to talk about different things, different topics. If you have more things to talk about, some with panel may be interested in that. Maybe your extracurricular, maybe something that panel may really like to talk. So you must have things to talk about. And in a job also people are looking at, you know, various things. Now, for example, I gave example of someone like an SRK, Shah Rukh Khan also. He's not just an actor today, right? He's brand. And his business. His business mind is unbelievable. He is an actor, he's a producer, that everybody knows. But he's also setting up a huge special effects studio and with editing and things like that. You know, he's also hosts a lot of events, like the top events, and charges a lot of money for that. And he also goes and dances at weddings. It will cost you very high, but there are people who do it. So in terms of wealth, he's richer than any other actor. Because he's got this, you know, multi approach. He's not just an actor. He has some other skills. Acting plus business. He understands. If it was just acting, maybe Nasiruddin Shah is a very good actor. There's a big difference between him and SR in terms of the profile, the wealth. So that's the example I gave, that you have to realize that whatever degree you have done, you may have done a great engineering degree, but alone it will get you somewhere. But coupled with another skill, it will get you a lot more. In my case, writing, most authors can't talk. They find it very difficult to talk in these things. But those that can talk can go really far. Ultimately, it's the same skill. Teachers say, like, you put your thoughts on paper, you put your thoughts in words, and speak in words. Ultimately, it's the same thing, right? But people who are writing get tongue-tied. Or I have business experience today. I have my MBA, I have my experience. That allows me to do a lot more work, which a pure author will not be able to do. Right? That's why, for example, this today, I'm able to do this. So this multi-skill, the multiple thing is always good in a person. So never think that this is my degree, and what happens in India is it's so competitive that we sacrifice everything for our, we just stop playing games, we just stop doing cultural stuff, कि भाई हमारी admission हो जाए, हमारा college हो जाए. But it brings out a very standard मान निकलता है फिर बाहर. तो standard माल होगा तो उसमें कुछ एक यूनिकनेस चली जाती है, you know, and that uniqueness comes from multiple skills that only you are offering. किसी और के पास वो कॉम्बिनेशन ही नहीं है या बहुत कम लोगों के पास, तो फिर आपकी वैल्यू ऑटोमेटिकली बढ़ जाती है. That's something which has to come across in interview, that you have more than what you are, more than what your biodata is saying is what you are. That is, जब इंटरव्यू में उसे ये लगेगा कि जो इसके बायोडाटा में लिखा था उससे ये ज़्यादा है, that's when you start feeling यार ये is more to this person. Next. You know, a lot of people are like, it's okay. People feel very underconfident. People feel very scared about interviews. There are some 2-3 things कि यार ये ना पूछ ले यार, और ये तो मेरे को आता नहीं है. It's okay. Everybody is human being. Nobody is perfect. I'm not very tall. Oh, I'm not very tall. I keep telling you I'm not very tall. Yeah. I'm not 6 feet tall. What is happening? In your mind you're thinking, हाँ वैसे नहीं है ऐसा लंबा. You know? अगर लंबा होता तो बेटर होता. तो किसने छेड़ी ये बात? मैंने छेड़ी ना. किसी को हवा भी नहीं थी इस बात. इस तरीके से आप वहां पे पैनिक मोड में जाओगे, वो सूंघ लेगा कि ये आप में अच्छा है तो है यार, पर आपका वहां पे पॉजिटिव चीजों पे भी तो आदमी फोकस कर सकता है ना. ह्यूमन बीइंग्स की एक टेंडेंसी होती है इन जनरल, छोड़ो इंटरव्यू, कि हाँ आदमी हमेशा नेगेटिव चीज पे उसका सुई अटक जाती है ना. और ये हमारे माइंड की चॉइस है. आप हमेशा, मैं लाइफ में कहूँगा कि आप हमेशा माइंड को बोलो चलिए यार आप पॉजिटिव भी देखो. एक आदमी के सर पे इतने सारे बाल है, बोलूँगा सर आपके 4 बाल तो वाइट है. ठीक है, बोले हाँ तो देखो मेरे बाल है. सर वो तो वाइट बाल सर आपके, तो 2 बाल वाइट है, बाकी 5 लाख बाल वाइट नहीं है. सर 2 बाल वाइट करते हैं. वो विद ही कीप डूइंग दिस, and then those 2 white balls become the focus of that man's personality, right? Whereas that has got nothing to do with it. And that's the same thing that happens. I'm not saying you don't have flaws. I'm not saying कि आप में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन एक प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन 100 चीजें अच्छी भी. तो इंटरव्यू के टाइम आपको अच्छी चीजों पे उनका फोकस लाना है. सामने वाले, आप खुद ही खराब चीज पे फोकस डालोगे तो क्या हो, उसको दिमाग में वो चीज आ जाएगी, वो जरूरत नहीं है कोई. ठीक है ना. So that's the one thing. And just go back, yeah. And just on this, you know, if he, so basically, but if they come up with that, you know, you can say, you know, this is not a strong area for me. And one of my goals is to make myself stronger in this by doing X, Y, Z. And that has to be very clear in your head. To show them कि उसी वक्त नहीं आप उन्हें ब्लफ कर रहे. आप जानते हो ये आप में प्रॉब्लम है, हर एक में होती है, लेकिन मैं इसको पॉजिटिवली हैंडल करूंगा. मैं ऐसे करूंगा, नेक्स्ट टाइम मैं हील्स पहन कर आऊंगा ताकि मैं लंबा लगूं. अगर मेरे को ये लगता है, या फिर मैं ये कह सकता हूँ नहीं हाइट, बट इट डजंट रियली मैटर, पीपल डोंट, आई एम नॉट एन एक्टर, एंड मेरे को कौन सा दीवार पे पेंटिंग करनी तो आपसे बातें करने आ रहा हूँ, राइट. सो you know, you have to say I'm working on it, and if you don't, then and tell yourself before you can do it, yeah, ठीक है यार, I'm not a perfect person, अब मैं ऐसे ही, and nobody in this world is perfect, but I'm going to go in there and tell them what is good about it. You know, that is the aim of the interview, not to show them what is wrong. That if they find something wrong, then I tell them, yes sir, this is good, ये तो आपने सही point कहा, but you know, I work on it like this. And you know, these days I've been very excited about this thing in my life. So you can always shift gears, you can always do a little bit of that. You know, what do these institutes need? They need people they can be proud of. And what are these selection committees? These are professors from their institutes. If they own the institute, then they definitely need, they are very invested in the high process of taking the students. If they want students, they can be proud of. And if it's a सरकारी कॉलेज जहाँ के प्रोफेसर को जबरदस्ती ड्यूटी पे भेजा है, जाओ इंटरव्यू करके आओ, और उनको कोई खास इंटरेस्ट अंदर से है नहीं, थक गए हैं वो, बैठ के सुबह से सर पका रहे हैं लोग, सब बच्चे आके बोल रहे हैं हम बहुत बड़ी बातें करने वाले हैं, कोई कुछ नहीं करेगा, सबने फेसबुक पे आके बैठना, राइट। उनके माइंड अगर ऐसा मतलब इससे निकल है, तो वो कैसा बच्चा चाहता है? वो ही चाहता है कि कोई ये ना बोले ये किस घरे को ले आए हो, उसको ये है कि मेरे को डांटना पड़े वापस, ये आप किसको ले आए सर, किसने चुना था इससे? He doesn't want that. So effectively, he also wants a student who is presentable, who doesn't make him look bad. उसको और क्या लेना देना है आपको ले या अगले को ले, तो दोनों को नहीं जानता, but he just wants किया, right? So you have to sell yourself. You have to anticipate that. You have to say that if how I feel I can do this, why I feel I really deserve, or why I want to join this. नहीं, आपके जो है your uniqueness has to come into that. This is where I train myself. And you must ask questions. This is what the things people do wrong. You must ask questions. Because when you ask questions, it's a sign that you're interested. Right? You're interested, you're engaged. But the questions can't be stupid. You can't say, how am I selected? You can't say, what will be my salary? You can't say, tell me, how did I do my interview? Tell me, where did you bought that shirt from? Frivolousness. You have to keep it light, but you have to understand it's an important game process going on. So you can ask them questions about, sir, this is what I am thinking I'll get in this institute. Is that something will I'll get or will I not get? For me, I want to know what kind of a, what are the people who do well at this institute? What qualities do they have? आप पहले ही आगे का सोच रहे हो कि मैं अगर यहाँ आया तो मेरे को क्या करना है जीतने के लिए। इट शुड शो टू देम कि आप ये तो अज्यूम ही मत करो कि आपको ले तो रही है ये मुझे, यू डोंट हैव टू बी डाउटफुल ऑफ दैट कि मेरा इंटरव्यू कैसे था। यू कैन ऑलवेज से इफ आई एम सिलेक्टेड व्हाट विल इट टेक फॉर मी टू डू वेल एट दिस, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल आर यू लुकिंग फॉर in your class to graduate, what is it you are looking for? If I am looking to become a businessman, and if I join an institute, of course it will help me get a job for a few years, but what should I do to get more knowledge about entrepreneurship? Come across as a curious, keen, hard-working person, somebody who they feel कि यार ये आएगा तो ठीक है, not ढीलापन नहीं चलेगा. Because the next guy will not, they really have a very small window. एक प्रोमो देखना उन्हें आपकी लाइफ का और डिसाइड करना है कि पिक्चर देखनी कि नहीं. वो प्रोमो काटने का जो काम होता है पिक्चर में, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम होता है. People charge 15-20 lakhs to cut a promo. आप पिक्चर आप बनाते हो, लेकिन जो टॉप प्रोमो बनाने वाले हैं बॉलीवुड में, आप उन्हें जाके अपनी पूरी पिक्चर बना के लेके जाते हो, उन्हें कहते हो इसमें से 30 सेकंड्स का ट्रेलर बनाया. वो कुछ नहीं और करता, वो बस काट के ट्रेलर लगाता है, इधर से काट के ये 20 लाख की चार्जेस, बिकॉज इट्स सो इम्पोर्टेंट. प्रोमो गलत हो गया तो पिक्चर खत्म. प्रोमो से पता लग जाता है कि पिक्चर में क्या है. व्हाई? बिकॉज दैट्स द थिंग, दैट्स a quick method of judging, and it has some drawbacks also, but you have to make sure कि जो मेन चीजें हैं, भाई इसमें गाने हैं, इसमें एक्शन है, इसमें कॉमेडी है, वो सब आपका जो आपकी चीजें हैं वो उसमें आ जानी चाहिए. सो अगर पूरे इंटरव्यू में नहीं आ पाई हैं तो एंड में जब क्वेश्चन पूछने का टाइम आया तो तब पूरी कर दीजिए ना. तब तो आपके पास खुली छूट है. हर इंटरव्यूअर पूछता है आपके पास कोई क्वेश्चन है, और अगर नहीं भी पूछता कहते हैं चलो ओके आप जाओ, तो सर कैन आई हैव सम क्वेश्चन, कोई मना नहीं करता. सो डोंट लूज दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी. दैट इज द टाइम जो आपको लगता है जो आपको दिखाना था यहाँ, वो जो नहीं दिखा पाए हैं वो बैलेंस अब पूरा करना है, और वो आपको दैट मोमेंट इज व्हाट यू डू. You have to turn your setbacks to strengths. A lot of time we just get very apologetic about our things, but you can make your setback strengths. Let's say you're, for an example I'm saying, आप बहुत ही एक मॉडेस्ट बैकग्राउंड से, बहुत ही सिंपल लोअर मिडिल क्लास बैकग्राउंड से, अब आप बोलोगे यार ये बात तो छुपानी है इंटरव्यू में, नहीं इसको ये लगे कि यार मैं कहाँ पर टीचर आ गया हूँ। दैट्स नॉट ट्रू टुडे। यू हैव टू कम अक्रॉस द गाय जो हर चीज में अपॉर्चुनिटी देखता है। अब बोलो सर हम बहुत मॉडेस्ट मीन से आए हैं लेकिन मैं यहाँ तक पहुँच गया, और अगर मुझे ये प्लेटफॉर्म आपने दिया तो आप सोचो मैं कितना जा सकता हूँ, राइट। एंड मेरे लिए को वैल्यू फॉर मनी पता है। मैं किसी भी कंपनी में जाऊंगा, चाहे हमने घर बहुत ही कम बजट में चलाया, तो अगर मैं किसी कंपनी में गया तो वहाँ करोड़ों रुपए भी हुए, आई नो वैल्यू फॉर मनी, आई विल नेवर ओवर स्पेंड फॉर माई कंपनी। दीज आर बिग क्वालिटीज, whether it's a job interview or it's an MBA interview. So now suddenly you have turned your modest background into a big weapon. अब कोई अमीर घर से या बड़े घर से होगा तो उसको समझ नहीं आएगी क्या बोलेगा, नहीं सर हम भी कर लेंगे, बट वो बात नहीं आई ना। So that is the thing. Today small towns is where India is. 90% of Indian population lives in small towns. All companies that are coming to India want to do pan India business. कोई ऐसी बड़ी कंपनी है जो कह रही है हम बड़े शहरों में ही काम करेंगे, सबको पूरी इंडिया की मार्केट चाहिए। तो सर आप छोटे शहर का लड़का लोगे कि बड़े शहर का लड़का लोगे? See, again you have turned something which normally people think कि यार ये तो disadvantage है into your big strength, right? So that's how I have done when my books people said कि आपकी इंग्लिश हाई फाई नहीं है। लोग शुरू में मेरे को कहते हैं तो कैसे चेतन की इंग्लिश कितनी सिंपल, पर इंडिया में किसको कौन कितने हाई फाई इंग्लिश बोलने वाले, कौन सी बुक्स होनी चाहिए? So then suddenly it became like हाँ ये it's a way of looking at things. Your weakness can be turned into your strength if you are proud of it, if you are genuinely proud. But if you are ashamed of it, वो दिखेगा तो फिर बाद में you know वो फिर वही दो वाइट बाल वाली बात हो जाती है, वो नहीं करना। रिबेल अ लिटिल, क्या है। दूसरा एक इंटरव्यू में कई बार देखता हूँ लोग बड़े घबरा जाते हैं, यार इतने बड़े बड़े लोग इंटरव्यू ले रहे हैं, ठीक ही कह रहे होंगे यार, हाँ हम तो कर रहे हैं। What is this stupid attitude? आपको वहां पे दिखाना है, अपने जलवे दिखाने हैं आपको वहां पे इज्जत देने के लिए नहीं भेजा जा रहा। मैं ये नहीं कह रहा आप बेइज्जती कीजिए उनकी, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि आप पोलाइटनेस छोड़िए, बट यू हैव टू अपना जलवा तो दिखाना है आपको। अगर आप किसी बात में डिसएग्री करते हो तो आप डिसएग्री पोलाइटली भी कर सकते हो, कह सकते हो सर आपका कहना है ठीक है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ आप किधर से आ रहे हो, लेकिन ये भी बात है, ठीक है ना, मैं समझ सकता हूँ आप कहते हो कि न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड देनी चाहिए, लेकिन इंटरनेट भी बढ़ गया, दैट्स ओके। बट अगर आप नहीं बोलोगे, आप बोलोगे हाँ जी सर बार में ऐड देते, तो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? यू आर नॉट मेकिंग डिसीजन, आप तो उनकी जीसर कर रहे हो। So that is little bit of rebellion has to be there। अच्छा लगता है यूथ में, अगर हल्का सा भी रिबेलियन नहीं होगा तो फिर आप पीएम की नौकरी के लिए तो नहीं अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो दैट इज समथिंग आई एम वेरी ब्लंटली टेलिंग यू दैट सहम जाते हैं ना लोग, सहमना नहीं है, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल। यू हैव टू स्पीक योर माइंड, जो आपके मन में है उसको ठीक से इज्जत से बोलने का आपको तरीका आना चाहिए, इन जनरल इन लाइफ, but especially in an interview. Parting thought is this: most people go into thinking, I want them, यार मुझे वो चाहिए सीट, बट एक चीज सोचो, बट they want you also। उनकी अगर सीटें नहीं भरी, उनका तो कॉलेज बंद हो जाएगा, आप तो फिर भी कर लोगे, अपनी तो जैसे तैसे कट जाएगी, आपका क्या होगा जनाब? That is the thinking you have to get when you walk into an interview। उसको भी तो चाहिए। जब आप लड़की भी देखने जाओगे या आप लड़का देखने आएगा, अगर आप सोचो यार ये कर ले, मेरी शादी हो जाए यार, मेरी शादी, उसको भी तो चाहिए, है ना। मेरी तो जैसे तैसे कट ही रही है, इसका क्या होगा? तो अगला भी सोचेगा यार क्या बात है, क्या बात है। पहली बार आप कभी लड़का देखने लगे, देखो सर मेरे को तो ठीक है, पर आपको भी तो चाहिए, अपनी तो हो जाएगी, आपका क्या होगा? तो that is the attitude, that kind of thing, it's an enjoyable process, it can be an enjoyable process, and God forbid नहीं होता, जिंदगी खत्म नहीं हो जाती, 20 minutes doesn't decide your life, 20 मिनट्स में अगर आप में कैपेबिलिटी है तो ठीक है, डिले हो गया, चलो आपकी एक बस मिस हो गई, बट ऐसा नहीं कि आप वहां पहुंचोगे, आपकी एक ट्रेन मिस हो गई, कोई बात नहीं है, परेशान हो जाओ थोड़ी देर, डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, लेकिन अगर आप में क्षमता है तो कहीं ना कहीं खिल के आ जाती है, ऐसा कोई रोक नहीं सकता। और अगर नहीं है तो आपका गलती से हो भी गया तो वहां पे गाड़ी रुक गई। So this is just a way to filter talent and move up, but you're still young, and so that you have to accept कि ठीक है यार, तो क्या करें, हमने अपनी कोशिश की, उनका भी तो नुकसान है, उन्होंने हमें नहीं दिया, एक दिन करेंगे रिग्रेट, that's okay, that you must be prepared for, don't be like do stupid things कि अब मेरे जीवन में कुछ नहीं रखा, ये सीट नहीं हुई, फिर वो 2 वाइट बाल वाली बात होगी कि जो एक चीज खराब हुई है उसी पे बार बार देखे जा रहे हैं। आपका दिमाग तो नहीं उठा के ले गए वो, आपको ही नहीं लिया ना इस बार, पर आपकी कैपेबिलिटीज तो अभी भी है, तो आप फिर कर लो, because that's also something I think we must be prepared for, but most likely कहीं ना कहीं आप सब कुछ हो जाओगे, फिर मुझे याद करना सर हमने इंटरव्यू में दिखा दिया कि कैसे किया, तो ऑल द बेस्ट, थैंक यू वेरी मच।